Hey everybody, how's it going? Keith Williams here with fretboard guitar lessons. If you look at the captions, it always says Fredmore. It didn't catch up the T. I don't know what. Maybe my Southern English. I don't know. It always says Fredmore. But anyway, so if you're watching the captions, you're probably like, who's Fred? I don't know who Fred is. But anyway, it's not me. Fretmore with a T. Fret more, stress less, and make a whole lot of music. So tonight we're going to learn some things. I did a video on triads, major triads and minor triads just a little bit ago. And I know I could have added this in there, but I don't know. I just want to do something different there and do another video just to add to my channel, I guess. I don't know why. But anyway, just something a little different. And so you can learn the triads, and then these are going to be triads plus one, I call it, okay? And I'm probably going to get chastised because that's not plus one; it's just a chord. But anyway, it don't matter. It's in my mind, it's plus one. Okay, so it's triads plus one because as I was, when I learned the triads, which I just did recently, you'll hear that in the other video if you want to check that out. So I won't go into all that in this one, but. It was just something I hadn't really ever done before. I've learned chords and just done chords, and probably did some triads, just didn't know what they were called. Okay, I know that's 3 notes. I get that part, but I just didn't know. Didn't really have a need to. Nobody ever in a band, or my dad who taught me to play guitar. Nobody ever said, "Hey, that needs to be a triad." So anyway, I learned these, and it's so helpful. Once I learned the major ones, that was kind of cool because I already kind of knew those for the most part, so that was okay. But when I learned the minor ones, wow, it kind of opened up a whole new thing. And it makes you understand the fretboard from A to B, or A to Z, I guess not A to B, A to Z. It's actually just A to G in the guitar world. But anyway, so from head to toe on this fretboard, you learn, and it helps you to understand where everything's at a little bit more, okay? And it'll help you, whether you're playing lead, just understanding the chords and understanding, instead of just staying up here between the first, second, third fret playing chords, being afraid to venture out down here, maybe as a beginner guitarist, you come down here and go, hey, I'm not afraid because I know that's an A, I know that's an A, and that's a G, that sort of thing. So I'm going to show you so you're going to learn the triads, because I got to teach them again, but I'm going to show you, like I said, the plus one, adding one note to that, and just fills it out. Now, of course, like I say, this one note is going to be it's just a chord, but it kind of gives you a little bit of a insight of the triad and kind of where maybe the triad comes from or where the chord comes from, whichever. I don't know if it was the chicken first or the egg, but anyway, one of those came first, and how they tie together. That's I guess that's the thing, is I wanted to make sure you saw how they go together and make sense, and it just helps you when you're playing chords and understanding. Learning a new song, or if you're writing a song, whatever it might be. Okay, so anyway, without further ado, let's jump into this thing. Hey, if you could give us a thumbs up on this, subscribe to us if you would, we'd appreciate that. Leave us a comment down below, unless you're the music police, then we don't want to hear from you. Okay, so if you got any negative comments, put them on somebody else's channel, Marty's channel, or I don't know, Robbie's channel, somebody else's, not mine. Okay, don't put them on mine. I mean, I will comment back, but. All right, so here we go. Triads, 3 notes. So the first one is first 2 strings. It's like an F chord if you know how to play an F. First 2 strings, okay? Your E string and your B string, we're going to borrow that on the first fret. We're going to grab our G string, which is our 3rd string, with our middle finger on the 2nd fret. And there's a triad. It's 3 notes. Now we're going to add, here's our plus 1. And like I say, I know people are going to say, that's a chord, just a chord. You're not doing anything different. I know. I'm just trying to break this down so you understand it. So I'm adding my ring finger here to the 3rd fret, okay, and there's your F chord. And you may say, well, I already knew that. Okay, I've not learned anything new. But there's your triad. You just add that. You add your ring finger, and there's your F chord. There's an F triad. There's your F chord. F sharp triad. F sharp chord. G sharp triad, or G triad, G chord. G sharp triad, G sharp chord. 4 strings, 3 strings. You want to strum 3, or you pick 3. Do 4 there, okay? going down one more, we're going to go to A. There's your A triad. There's A chord. A sharp triad, A chord. B triad plus 1 is a B chord. Okay. And there is our C. We don't have any sharps or flats between B and C, so we'll do C. Okay. C triad, C chord. D triad. Add the ring finger. You got the, I'm sorry, I'm C sharp, excuse me. C sharp triad, C sharp chord. That's why the music police call me, because I get things wrong most time. They probably need to call me more often. Haul me in or something. Okay, so there's our D triad. There's our D chord. D sharp triad, D chord. E triad, E chord. And there's no sharps or flats, so we're going right back to F. There's our F triad and our F chord. There's our triad. Okay. So you may say, well, I already kind of knew a lot of that. That's okay. All right. So now we're going to add, and also your bar chords are going to be over that too. So I'll throw this in a little extra here. I'm going to do this for the minors. Let me do this for the minors. So your minor triad is the first 3 strings of the first fret. Okay, this is your F minor, and it's going to have to bar all 3 of them. So it might be a little difficult at first to get a good clean sound. Sometimes you get kind of dead notes and kind of mute those strings if you're not careful. But you don't have to push down so hard that your fingers hurt, but it just takes a little practice. Especially with an electric, you don't have to push down as hard. It's a little harder on the acoustic. Okay, now guess what? We're going to add our ring finger. Same string, same fret. And guess what? That note, and the same way, well, I didn't mention this when we did this, but that note is the F note. So we're in F here. We just added the F note. So we just added the F again. Here's our F right here. Okay, it's the first string. And it's the 4th string on the 3rd fret. Same way here. G. Okay. G, 1st string, G, 4th string. So that helps you also to understand the notes all the way up and down the neck. Isn't that awesome? There's our A note, and there's our A note. See? And same way here, B. There's a B note, there's a B note. Okay? All right, so going back to the minors here, so we're going to do the first 3 strings. 1, 2, 3. First, second, and third. We got our E, our B, and our G string. Just doing 3. Now we're going to add the 4th. Again, it's that same note. That is an F. So first string's an F, 4th string's an F on that 3rd fret. And you strum 4. Now if you do the bar chord, you just come up with your 2 fingers on the 5th and 4th string and then bar the 1st fret. Okay, same thing all the way around. So you just learn 3 ways, the triad, plus 1, and then bar chord. Okay, and that's the same way all the way down. It's really just the E minor shape, if you see that. See, it's the E minor shape, only we're barring. It's kind of a capo right there. Your finger acts as a capo. But anyway, I'm kind of getting out of my element there, or out of my, where I was going there a little bit. So there's our F minor. We add that plus 1. There's F sharp minor triad, plus 1. G minor triad, plus 1. G sharp minor triad, plus 1. A minor triad, plus 1. A sharp, plus 1. B minor, plus 1. Like here's an A. We'll go back to that and just see. Okay, so then we go, there's no sharps or flats between B and C. So there's our B minor. We go to C minor, add 1. C sharp minor, add 1. D minor, add 1. D sharp minor, add 1. E minor, add 1. And F. F minor, add 1. Okay. Well, man, I hope you have learned something right there. That's just kind of cool. You got the triad. You want to just add that because you're adding. What are you doing? It's the same note. So the first string and that fourth string on the third, the two frets down. Okay, on the third fret in this case, same note. Same note all the way down. Not the same note as the first, third. You know what I mean. This is the G note. That's a G note. That's a G sharp, G sharp, A. Okay. So it just kind of helps you to understand the neck, understand the minors, understand the majors, understand the sharps and flats. People get a little scared with those sometimes too. I always did when I was younger. I was like, I just want to stay away from sharps and flats. I can barely get a grasp on the major stuff, and just the regular, normal A through G chords. So anyway, I hope that was helpful to you. If it was, hey, give us a thumbs up on this. Subscribe to us if you would. If you haven't already, turn on those notifications so you get notifications of all these new videos coming out. And check out other videos. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks.